to die for.
Yo, what's up, guys? This is B from Kongs R Us and my man Bobby Vu. What's up, man?
Clean like a mother. You already? You get to die for Kong R Us.
Yeah, so Bobby messaged me and said, hey, let's do a live modding session. It's been a minute. So thank you guys for joining. We got 36 people on the stream so far, but we're going live from both of our YouTube channels and Arcade Brigade because Bobby wanted to do something that nobody else has done yet, which is duplicating that MVSX, and exclusively for Arcade Brigade members. Today's a tutorial, but he'll be giving this away for free to Arcade Brigade members. So I'm here as your host only today. The main star is going to be your man, Bobby Vu. He's going to tell us what's going on. So Bobby, tell everybody what we're going to do today.
Today, I'm going to do a live stream. First time ever. No other group ever done this before. Live stream tutorial and build your project live, and you guys will witness this live to the end. So we're going to do this once a week, okay? I'm going to start without,
all right, so
first I'm going to start the side panel or duplicating this side panel. Looks pretty easy. So all you need is one template. This is perfect, small size, and have a good idea. The inside, I analyze it. You don't have to duplicate exactly. So the inside, I'm gonna do a little different to make it more secure than the regular tighten it up. You know, the mount, I'll secure more better than this one.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, we gotta give some props to all the folks that are in the house. Like Adam Kalb's here, and he has the biggest clean like a mother type font that I've ever seen. So if that's not clean,
Adam Kalb. Oh, my boys, boy, 1978.
We got a lot of here. We got a lot of guys here. Bonds is in the house.
My boys from the PRE
Olin.
crew. JJ the King is in the house. JJ the
right.
King. Oh my
in the
God,
house.
my people is here. Woo.
Cool. A lot of folks are on board. So if you're joining us from
crew,
Facebook, if you're joining us on Facebook, make sure that you allow StreamYard permission so we can see who you are. We can, you know, if you want to ask questions along the way, you know, we'll just be talking it up. I'll be, you know, just giving kind of a blow by blow, but Bobby's really going to take us through it. So hopefully we'll go.
Gonna read all your message to me while I'm cutting and drilling and sanding at the same time. So I'm not going to be reading and cutting at the same time. It's going to take forever. Nothing's going to get done. So Kong is here to help me out. Thank you, Kong. I appreciate that.
We got some more angles here, so we're gonna be doing some more stuff. So I got all the angles to get Bobby nice and clean in here. So we got this big old table here.
Which angle do you like? Which angle do you like? Sideways angle?
Stay right there in camera. We want to see your pretty face, but we want to see what you're doing. So look.
Here?
I gotta make Bobby. I'll make you full screen if you take off your shirt. No, just kidding. Just kidding. All right, so man, Bobby's outside. It's a little cold.
I want to apologize to you guys. Yesterday it was pretty windy. Today it's a beautiful day. Light wind. It's perfect weather. It's cold as hell. I wear socks, okay? I even wear socks, okay? And wear sweat to keep myself warm outside.
You wear sweats every day anyways, even
So
if it's
today,
summertime. Don't lie. All right, cool. So check it out. So
let me go to
there's
camera.
there's
Can you
the
see this
board.
camera?
There's
Okay, so
MVSX. Take
today,
it away, Bobby.
we're gonna duplicate just the side panel, okay? I'm gonna use simple a lead pencil, a lead. You guys can see this because the reason why it's nice, sharp, it's small, it gets more accuracy for a duplicate on point. You want a nice sharp pinpoint, and I have an eraser, simple eraser. Those are the tools you need today, and a jigsaw. Okay. So today's tutorial live, we're everybody's gonna witness the transformation from scratch because I'm gonna attempt to make this look better than the original. How's that sound, guys? And Mr. Profit is gonna do the artwork of your choice, either Neo-Geo artwork, or I'm gonna post a poll. Everybody's gonna want which artwork they want, and I'm gonna go by the poll. So I don't need no comments, just the poll. Okay? Too many comments, too many arguments, too many fightings. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So after Bobby, so for those that are just joining,
Okay.
so
First of all,
oh, can you hear me, Bobby? I'm just gonna give it a quick explanation. So Bobby's gonna go through cutting
yeah, go ahead.
and
Yeah,
duplicating the
yeah.
MVSX board for folks that are kind of thinking like, what's the giveaway? If you're joining us on YouTube, check the link in the description so that you can join the Arcade Brigade Facebook group. I think there's like close to 920 members or so. When they get to 1,000 members, it's when they're going to be doing the giveaway for this MVSX board. So now giveaways usually work by Bobby posting up a video, and then you have to leave a comment on that video so that we can generate,
Yes,
your entry into the raffle prize. So that'll be at a future
yes. I
date.
will
Today's
post a
all
link.
about
Yeah.
the live tutorial modding of this, so we can check out Bobby what's going on. But I mean, so for folks that are wondering, if you don't have a template, right? So Bobby's great at just tracing and cutting. Bobby even offers it's sometimes if you're truly insist. I'm saying this for Bobby, like he'll trace out a copy of the outline on paper and send it to you too. So if you're really interested in a version of this and doing this yourself, you don't have to have an MVSX yourself. If you wanted this template, there's lots of templates online. This bar top kind of setup mod looks really good, so I like it a lot. I don't have an MVSX myself, but based on the Hilo stick mod, you guys seen it? The Hilo stick mod came out finally, where you can upgrade the Neo Geo MVSX and load up every single Neo Geo game. So the fact that Hilo stick is out now and you can just update it and upgrade it, it actually pushed me to push the button this morning. So I ordered my own MVSX, even though I know Bobby could make me one. But I'm saving him some time and money and going to be getting my own MVSX to add to the collection. So as many other folks know, in your own personal arcade collections, you might be running out of space. But having a classic Neo Geo in your arcade is a must for any true arcade fan, right? The iconic look of it, it
It's a
matches
must
any
get.
sort of scale.
Yes.
What's that? What were you saying?
It's a must get because
It's a
if
must get.
you're into retro gaming and you have a man cave, you must have that in your collection. It's a must because it's Neo Geo. It's so retro. It's badass.
Yeah. 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 Oh my goodness. All right. So we got a lot of folks that are commenting and saying, what's up? What's going on? People are saying, Billy Wright's here, Mad Dads. Uh, cool. So again, I don't have an MVSX yet. Bobby has been doing some crazy upgrades to it though. So if you haven't seen it yet, Bobby did the simplest mini riser upgrade to the MVSX. So beyond doing this duplication, he's super busy. I think he told me he had like 30 plus orders of making the little mini riser. It's like a 3-inch. Is it 3 inches or 4 inches, Bobby? The standard one that
Oh
you did.
yeah, another thing, guys. Another thing, guys. Another thing, guys. I noticed on my waiting list. Okay, yeah, listen carefully. I noticed on my waiting list for the orders of the MVSX riser, 80% of you guys are members, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm such an idiot. Why I haven't take orders from members only instead of outside? So I have decided to take orders from Brigade and Wizard members only. I will not take non-members orders anymore. So the previous order that I already taken, it's really a done deal. So I had to accept that. After that, I'm only taking members' orders only. I'm not taking outside orders, so that way you guys can get your to die for mods. I should have
There
thought of
you
this.
go.
I am sorry. I'm an idiot. I don't have, because I look at the waiting list like, what is this? All this is members. Why? I should have provided members priority first, then non-members. Am I correct? I'm such an idiot. Sorry, guys. So from now on, I'll be taking members only in our group. Only members in our group orders. I'm not taking outsiders. Only members. Okay, guys? I should
Yeah,
have thought of this
thanks.
a long time ago. Now all you guys have to wait.
Bobby's providing
You
modding
know?
services to the community. So in addition to tutorials and things that we're doing, Bobby does these customs and we'll do projects like this. But yeah, we're here in SoCal, just kind of always chatting it up. So thanks for joining. Deputy Van Halen is saying it must be nice to see the sunshine in person. We haven't seen the sun in Ohio in forever. Oh man, so that's sad to say. But Bobby is in the sun, even though it's sunny in SoCal. It's windy. It's a little bit cold. But we have a couple other comments in here about, is this cheaper making it in person? So Bobby, in terms of like cost of doing it, right? I mean, it's just an MDF. It's the screen that you got. Like, what is your estimate for the overall cost of making one by hand versus buying the $500 version? Can you hear me?
All right. Before you guys see
Bobby
it,
didn't
I'll
hear
be
me.
changing it.
Bobby, I had a question for you. Like, what's the cost of building it by yourself versus buying it?
You guys can
Can
see
you
this?
hear me?
Can you guys see this? You see that trace?
I
See
can
that?
see it. But yeah, can you hear me though? Can
See
you
that
hear my
trace?
question?
You guys see that trace?
Bobby, check your mic. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check your earphones.
Yeah.
He can't hear me. That's okay. We go through these issues all the time because
Look what my wife just made me. Michelada. All right. Modelo.
for all the East
Michelada,
Coast folks.
homemade. Good ass wifey. Thank you, wifey.
Oh
Okay,
man.
daddy.
Yeah. No worries. No worries. Okay.
Now,
All right. Bobby, can you
okay,
hear me? Sound check.
now the second step.
I'll let him go. Bobby,
What?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What happened?
Been talking to you,
Yeah,
man.
I
I've been
hear you.
asking you questions. All right, look at
Okay,
me.
go
Here we
ahead.
go. Yeah, hey. So like was a question about like cost for this. Like what's the cost of building it versus buying it?
The cost building is a lot cheaper, a whole lot. So for $20, less than $20, you get yourself a, what is that? A 46 by 96 MDF for I think they raised up the price for $22. So it's still cheap. You can build two of this for $20. So basically $10. Okay, to build this. So this is my spare wood. So it doesn't cost me anything. So I'm gonna do an estimate. So this is for a side panel. It's under $10. Okay,
Nice.
it is.
Yeah, can you
So
have the tools?
I trace
Yeah,
one
absolutely.
side. Now I got to trace the other side.
Yep.
Now you got to flip it over. Okay, so that way you can get the perfect alignment.
All right.
Now you got to make
Cool.
sure it's the right direction, the right place. I got to make sure. Oh no, okay, never mind. I might just take all this out. I'm gonna unscrew this so that I can duplicate on this side.
Bobby, I'm jealous that you're
Let me
drinking
see.
micheladas already, man. Like
Hell
those are spicy
yeah! You
things.
know what I'm
Bobby and Kong
saying?
got some awesome wives. Where's my drink? My wife's downstairs working. So otherwise I'd have her come up. But here's my water bottle. There it is. That's my drink. I need to get me a michelada. It's funny when I tell people that like micheladas are like my favorite drink. I work with a lot of folks on the East Coast,
Yes,
and
it is.
maybe aren't
It
as
is my favorite
diverse.
drink too.
Yeah, and some folks around the country aren't as diverse with their drink selections and don't even know what a michelada is. So if people are like, is that a SoCal? Is that a California thing? And it might be because we actually used to have michelada rumble festivals. You ever been to a michelada festival, Bobby? No? They have one
No.
in
Okay,
Arcadia.
guys. Another tip. Guys. Another tip. This is useless. This is just to mount the control panel and the back. Okay. All this is extra. It's useless. I realize it. No need. I'll show you some tips and tricks later. Okay. This is useless. Okay. So I unscrew that. So now I'm gonna duplicate on the other side to trace it up to make it the same thing.
Here.
Okay. Now you gotta look to make sure it's the right direction. You don't wanna mess it up and go the wrong direction and trace out the wrong way. So which side is this? Okay, this is perfect right here.
Nice.
So
Nice.
remember, guys, trace both sides so that way you can cut the wood evenly. At the same time, when you sand it, there is a line. There is a line that for you to sand it to make it nice and straight. Looks like it will look like a CNC cut.
Nice. Nice and
That is
clean.
the trick.
Bobby's the human CNC. He doesn't need a CNC guy. Deputy Van Halen is saying
I
his
am
wife made
I am the
delicious
CNC.
honey chicken.
Now I
No
lost my
drink
pencil. Where did I put my pencil at? Oh, here it is. So easy trace. This should be easy. So very simple, guys. If you want, have a friend or anybody that owns an MVSX, trace it out on a piece of paper and mail it to you. All you do is just do what I'm doing right now. Just trace it out. It's not hard. It's, even a little kid can trace. If you don't know how to trace, I don't know what to tell you guys. You know what I'm saying?
I was telling people that you would send them a thing, Bobby.
Huh?
Can you post up a trace online or something, or what? Or there's a lot of like
as you guys can see,
the shape of the MVSX. I mean, looks like a typical bar top. Like it's not much different than you would see like other bar top plans out there.
This will be the easiest duplication ever. Look at this. There's nothing hard about it. It's so easy. Okay. But now I'm gonna look at the other side. Now this side. Now which side is this one? That's good. This side. Okay, it's going this side over here. Gotta make sure it's the right direction. Okay, that's perfect.
Yep.
When I'm done, I'll show you guys what I mean. When you cut it out, you don't have to cut it perfect because you already have the line that it's already you already traced the line out of it. You get what I'm saying? Try straighten it out. I like to use the corner. I like to use the side corner because it's already straight, and the left side because you don't want to put it here. You get what I'm saying? Why? Why would you want to put it right here? Why not use the straight line? Save yourself from tracing and save yourself from sanding down. So I like to use the edge. You get what I'm saying? The edge and the edge, the two side edge, to get that perfect line straight. So that way you don't have to sand it anymore because it's already there. You guys get what I'm saying? Okay, now this side it looks like it's off a little bit. Looks like it's off, so I'm gonna straighten it here. I'm gonna line it up because this wood that it's been cut, it's a little off, but it's okay, easy fix. I'll just trace it out. I'm almost done. This should be easy. It's not that hard. Very simple. Even a 10-year-old kid can trace this. They love tracing, right? Put on top and just trace and start coloring. It's like adult style, Kids trace and they color. We trace and we apply artwork. Right?
Yeah. All right. So we got some folks in the chat that are just chiming in. So Bobby, we gotta rehearse some more. Arcade guy is saying that it's like watching two sitcoms at the same time. That we need to rehearse our interaction. So we gotta work on this connection that we got here. So we'll get better.
Make this an enjoyment, not too serious, not too professional. You be too professional, too careful. It's no good. You gotta be yourself. It's like a your life show. What you call it? Like Kim Kardashian. What's that called? What's that called? The life?
Oh, you're comparing us to the Kardashians now? All right, I don't know about that. But okay,
I might make my to die for live show. You know what I'm saying? Like.
You guys want to see Bobby live? He'd just be walking around his house shirtless all the time. But man, Billy writes here. He was saying that you showed him this model last year, and he really appreciates it. So it's really close. So you had another person that says, Kyo Daikun's here. He says, where's my pizza? Kyo's in the house. We got to get some pizza.
It's coming on the way, All right, guys. Okay, check this out, guys. Colin, you ready?
Yep.
See that? Now I'm going to flip it over. It's going to be exactly the same. Check it out, guys. Check it out. Okay?
Nice.
It needs to be exactly the same line. You see that? You see this? Now, you see this? You see how it looks? You get it? You need to duplicate both sides, not just one side, because when you sand, let me explain about sanding. When you sand with your hand, when you sand it, guarantee it won't be straight because you might have an angle sanding like this. When you finish sanding, you look sideways, the wood will be slanted sand. It won't be straight sand. Reason why? Because you did not line it up on this side, on that side over here to perfect sand to make it perfect alignment to make it nice and straight. You get what I'm saying, guys?
Yep, makes sense.
So that is the
yeah.
tips and tricks, okay? Because usually when you sand with your hand, it's never be straight because you'll be holding like this or holding like this. It's never as straight because you can't feel is it straight or is it perfect right there, flat. So best way is to trace both sides. Like I did.
Right.
See, I traced both sides. Identical. Okay.
I might need to take a break so I can get a
Now,
michelada.
what I'm gonna do is
I need some micheladas in my hand too. You gotta go take a drink. We gotta take a sip or something. But
oh yeah.
it's funny. Marcus is saying that this is like watching Batman and Robin. So my question is, I'm gonna put it into the chat. Who's Batman and who's Robin between me and Bobby? So I don't know.
Hey, I can be a Hercules.
That's a good question right there, right? If we got Batman and Robin, who's who? I have a hunch. I have a suspicion who you guys might think might be Batman and who might be Robin here. But let's see if you guys can see between me and Bobby who would be Batman and Robin. Mango Slice was asking Bobby putting on a woodshop class. Hell yeah! There you go.
Oh, what is it? What is it, Kong? What is it? What was it? What was that again? What was that again?
That you're putting on a woodshop class. I mean, like, good. This is good. Anybody who has aspirations to just kind of cut your own wood, Bobby's shown the way, right? This is the way. If you like your MDF boards, if you don't have the, I mean, especially if you're gonna end up modding something like an A1 up cab or MVSX into something else, like this is definitely the best way to do it. So Bobby's gonna get to cutting pretty soon. So I'll go ahead and, mute him. Bobby, you gonna start cutting right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna start cutting right now.
All right, cool. All right, so I'm gonna mute Bobby. He's going to get really loud in a second. So he's going to get everything going. All right. So while Bobby gets the cutting with that, we got a couple other stuff going on in the chat right now. Kato was saying duplicate Kong's outrun cab. So this is how we started. We actually started doing live modding sessions where Bobby did already duplicate the shell of my outrun cab, and he's going to be making an initial D mod. So for folks that wondering what happened to the initial G cab, it's sitting in Bobby's shed because he hasn't finished it yet. He's gotten so many orders. We've gotten so busy over time. But we do have plans to kind of continue that to get the initial D-mod going on. You saw what I did with my chair and my outrun. Like Bobby already has a different chair that he's going to use, put that in. So he has some ideas. I'm pretty sure Bobby's going to steal some of my ideas for what I did with my outrun chair. But yeah, the thing about the modding community is you take ideas from one person and then you just take it to the next level. Just give a quick shout out to Squirrel from the Future. I think he was the first person that posted a really, really good outrun mod chair that had taillights and the bench and stuff. And I had already started my mod, but when I saw his with the taillights, like that just definitely inspired me to take it further. So props to him for, just doing that and sending it out. So I love highlighting other modders and seeing what's going on. Mango also asked, like, am I getting the II arcade? Yes, I actually did get an II arcade. Got it in 2 days ago. And so I got the Dragon's Lair edition. It arrived. I put it together. So my initial quick thoughts, I guess, for the first time on YouTube is that it's a super well-built cab. I mean, bar top plus stand. I was really impressed with the quality of it, with the Dragon's Lair already being pre-applied with all the graphics and installation. The art and the sound and the speakers, the parts, like that's really what makes it stand apart from its competitors like Arcade 1UP. And I don't have an MVSX one to compare just yet. So in terms of the specs and the raw things that you get with it, like the bundle value of II Arcade was definitely a highlight. In terms of like the interface and then the games that are offered, that's really going to depend on your affinity for those particular games and the setup. So right now the 11 included games, Dragon's Lair, Bomb Squad, Buggy Beach or Beach Buggy. Those are some of the highlights for me. There's some of the modern games and you can play with that. So I like it so far. I'll probably do a bigger review. There's been a lot of reviews for II Arcade, but I'm really curious about what the future has for it. But that's been a really good one. And I don't know if there's a ton of modding potential for it. I mean, it's a really, really good prepackaged set, so I really like it. All right, so we got some other stuff. Bobby's got some questions in terms of Batman and Robin. Who I gotta see what the chat is and saying who's who. Let's see. So we got one that says Kato says that were more like Kato and the Green Hornet. So that's pretty funny too. Bobby could be Bruce Lee. I could be Kato. That's or Green Hornet. That's pretty cool. JJ the King says that John D. Stone says that Bobby is more like Joker than Batman or anything. So that is a good one. Awesome. Bobby's Robin because he's the chatty one. Nightwing is Kong, is what Deputy Van Halen says. Nightwing, I'll take Nightwing. Robin is Nightwing. That's pretty good. I would say that. And this is probably more true than anything. Billy Wright says Bobby's more like the Hulk. he's the shortest, buffest Hulk that you've ever seen. If you've ever seen Bobby in real life, he has a personality that's the size of the Hulk, but he only stands at a mighty 5'3". So it's funny, like, you know, seeing his personality. And then I get to Bobby's house, and then every time I walk around Bobby's house, it's the funniest thing. He has this chandelier that's hanging from his arcade room, and he walks like right under it whenever like he's walking around. And I swear at least twice every time I'm at Bobby's house, I'm 5'10", and I smack my head into the chandelier. So I'm always like, Bobby, you gotta move that chandelier, get it out of your arcade room or move it around or something. But Bobby is definitely a Super Hulk for sure, man. That's pretty cool. Bobby took off his safety shield to protect those eyes. So, and we got Adrian Mitchell saying, "Bumbo Clat, blessings, B Kong and Bobby. Thanks for joining in." So yeah, type in chat. Marcus is saying that only because he got more muscle, but says that I'm still the man. I can talk my ass off. So maybe if Batman or Robin is good at talking a foe down, maybe I'm more like the Detective Gordon, where I'm just kind of the man of reason, the person that calls in for help. And I kind of felt like that when I first started modding. A lot of times I was asking so many people for help. Kyo Daikin was here. I remember when I first started modding my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cab, and I put a Raspberry Pi 3 and used the Supreme 1-Up image. I was super noob, and I used the wrong display adapter, and I had like a little bar that was cut off. So Bobby's using the blower now. He just finished cutting the wood on his trace, and now he's using the blower to blow off all the sawdust. But I was asking people. I would message Kyo Daikin for help. I would message Kwok Lee, my buddy, and Bobby, saying, hey, like, how did you do this? So if you have questions, it's okay to ask any of the more seasoned folks, but I would say this: if you're brand new to modding or you're just a fan, always try something first before you ask, because that way you can take the time. All right, Bobby, I'm going to unmute you now. All right, Bobby, you're unmuted now. Tell us what you did.
Okay. Look, simple cut. It doesn't have to be perfect. Look at it. Look at this. Look at this. See that? See how it's still there?
Yep, we can hear you.
Now all you do is we can sand it. See this? Very easy. Now I'm going to do the second one. See? You see how I use the corner? You see how I use the corner? The straight line? See this? All I need is cut this little piece here on both sides. That's it. It'll be easy, simple, and effective. Not that hard, all right?
Easy peasy. We got 30 minutes, Bobby.
That's it, 30 minutes?
That's it. Hell? Get to it, man. Get to it. Go. Go.
Oh, shit. All right. Let's talk. Let's get to work. Okay. Let me continue. All right, Kong. All right, mute me.
I said, Bobby, get back to work. We only wanted to do an hour. We don't want to do our 2-hour modding session. But all right, cool. So you saw from his modding technique, again, when you're cutting the line, this is where I was new to doing it. And whenever I would cut or I would make my own pieces, I was doing a lot of the rookie mistakes that Bobby's giving tips for, right? I was always cutting to the line because I didn't want to waste wood. I don't have a sander. I had a mini jigsaw or like a hand saw that I was using. So these tips and tricks that I learned from Bobby over the last several months have been golden. So if you're a home modder or like an aspiring modder that wants to do your own DIY stuff, Bobby's channel is full of, hey, here's how you can just do stuff in your house. You don't need like a CNC. You don't need crazy amounts of tools. You can just do it with a little bit of, ingenuity. We'll use whatever tools you have. And that's kind of the exciting thing about modding is it's up to you in terms of how you want to get it going. Let's see. Bobby was saying, even before sanding, his rounded cuts are really good. That's true. So Bobby has a really straight hand. He says he has a steady hand. That means he hasn't been drinking yet. But he's saying that, he's doing a really, really clean job getting close to the line and then sanding it down afterwards for that perfect straight cut. Bobby Broadway, man, thanks for joining the stream. I know that you're on my other stream. You were the winner of my 2K sub giveaway. So I have a Miss Pac-Man that's on the way or being packed up at the moment to be shipped to you. So thanks for tuning in. Everybody else going on. All right, Mango Slice has a question that says, Bobby, stupid question. Is the reason for tracing on both sides so that on the rough cut, you will sand down to the trace line? Exactly. So that's exactly what he just said. So that since he does a sanding component afterwards, that tracing on both sides allows you to see where to sand on both sides evenly. So that he was kind of saying that, like, if you're holding your sander next to it, you might be holding it at an angle. So if you didn't have that trace line on both sides, then you could have an uneven side. So if you plan on sanding it down completely, tracing on both sides was I actually just learned that today when I was listening to him. I was like, oh, that makes complete sense. You want to if you're going to sand down to the line, you want to trace it on both sides, so you know exactly where your cut's going to be. So that's exactly what he's doing. Good question. Good question. Top in any chats that you have. Happy to answer them as you guys go. Somebody says, I feel like you'll never be as accurate as a CNC. Yeah, but that's okay. You'll be 100 times cheaper than using a CNC, that's for sure. So if you want accurate and you have the funds and the means and less time, like buying a pre-cut CNC build, there's nothing wrong with that. Game Room Solutions actually has a really affordable kind of CNC price for bar tops and arcades and things like that. So this is just more for folks that have like already something in-house and have extra time, have the wood, some of the patience to do so. And it's fun to put these projects together. I know a lot of us are in the modding community or are doing this because they get enjoyment out of it. And, tinkering and modding I get more fun out of doing that than actually playing my arcade games. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that way, especially the modders in the community. My arcade room is still a mess. It has become my tinker room and modding room more than it's been an arcade room, but I'll get there. Bobby did a good job over the winter break and actually set up his arcade room completely. So it looks beautiful. And now he's doing his modding outdoors and in his other areas. So before his arcade room for like almost a year and a half was straight up a modding room. And I feel like that's where I'm at right now. My arcade room is like half an arcade, half a modding room. And hopefully I'll be able to get that to be a full-on arcade and then get there. So yeah, see if we have any other questions in here. So people are asking about the buttons that are going to be in here. So I don't know. I'll have to ask Bobby when he comes back in terms of what buttons he's going to put in here. But he has a lot of connections from using either sandwall hat buttons. But in terms of like if it's a fighting stick, Bobby absolutely loves the micro center Sandwall clones. Like their version of a joystick is actually really good. It's a $20 joystick, and so the micro center buttons that are available, you can get Sandwall, you can get IL hap buttons there. So I think he probably would put IL hap style buttons in here. I think it matches the design a little bit more than Sandwall buttons. So I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to put on there. But sky's the limit. He has tons of buttons. I'm pretty sure he's going to use stuff all over the place. All right, let's see if there's other questions in here. All right, so he said thanks. Hey, P-Dubs is in the house. What's up, P-Dubs? He says, LOL, Bobby, what's going on? Going on. Am I missing any other questions? Oh, here it is. Oh, the question is, when is the next Bucking Awesome review by Mrs. Kong? Oh, that is a really good question, P-Dubs. Thanks for joining in. So for those that haven't caught my latest review of the Arcade 1-Up Big Buck World, check it out on my channel. It's good for a different take on an Arcade 1-Up review, if you will. So I had a really fun time writing, directing, editing, that whole thing. I was gonna do a straight review. I'll just give you like my background on what happened, but like I was gonna do a straight review. But Cool Toy and I think Jason from the third floor already came out with pretty good reviews of it. So I knew I couldn't just do a straight review of Big Buck Hunter. And so that's what just gave me ideas of like, oh, I wanted to have my wife. She actually like saw me recording stuff one night, like a couple of days ago, and then like went to her room and then came back with that outfit and like, but she was in her pajama, like glasses and things, and was like, hey, does this look like a Big Buck girl? And I was like, oh my gosh, ding, 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 ding. So that's how the idea of her actually doing it. And she was willing once I told her kind of my idea for doing like a parody mod, and she did it. So that was awesome. I don't know if I'll continue doing more of those. She's been a really good sport with it, but I know that was a hit. All right, Bobby, are you back? What are you doing? people are asking, about my Mrs. Kong's review. I should have her do some live modding with me. Good stuff.
Check this out. Check it
Yeah.
out. Kong wife to die for wife. Boom. How's that sound?
I know. Have you seen Bobby's
It's
wife? Oh
gonna
my
be
gosh, she posts pictures.
smoking.
Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, so we'll
Okay,
do a
guys,
photo
because
shoot.
now it's standing time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's standing time, okay?
Yeah.
So right now I'm gonna sand all the line. Okay, I'll make this quick. I'm gonna sand both of them, and then we'll talk more about it, more detail. Okay. All right, mute me. So I'm gonna use a sander. Right, Obi? Get it?
Yep.
Right, Obi sander.
Yep.
Easy, simple. All right.
All right, Bobby's muted. He's gonna get to sanding the edges now. All right, so let's see. Let's check out in chat. See what else is going on. All right, let's see. Jigsaw, sander, screw gun. Getting caught up on some of the chat. Mike is saying, this is a great video. Do lots of arcade mods, but I have zero woodworking skills and always using A1UP and SF2 standard cookie cutter design. So yeah, I mean, like, really, once you start down the path, the sky really opens up in terms of what you can do. So I hope you appreciate, some of the tips that Bobby's giving, but I really, really love to see, what other mods you guys have too. So definitely put in the chat things you guys have in the plan and the works. I want to share by the end of the stream my my dream kind of build, my next big project that I want to do. I want to get your thoughts on it. Chad Arb was asking about the thickness of the MDF. MDF for A1UPs are 1/2 inch. So that's what he's using right now. So it's 1/2 inch. Deputy Van Halen's asking about Angel doing light up marquees for Big Buck Hunter. So we got to ask him. I think Bobby's a little bit closer to Angel than I am, but I think he's working on it. I think him and Ms. The Prophet, I saw a little sneak peek of a design. So I think it's coming. So check it out. Like Mr. Prophet and Angel and Bobby are all admins for Arcade Brigade, which is a Facebook group. So if you're interested in joining their group, go to the description of this video, join Arcade Brigade. Again, for those that are just joining, Bobby's going to be giving away this exact MVSX build that he's doing right now as a giveaway for the Arcade Brigade members. So all you got to do is literally be a member, find out when the giveaway is going and enter it, and you can win the build that he's doing right now. So this is just, Bobby and I love doing things for the community and giving back. So he's spending his time, I'm spending our time doing this, and then somebody is going to end up with this in their house for free. So that's what I'm talking about, giving back to the community. So join Arcade Brigade, ask Mr. Prophet and Angel for your questions about stuff, but that's what this video is really about. All right, let's check out some of the other comments in here. I'm a little bit behind on comments, so I'm trying to get caught up on stuff. All right, so we already answered those questions about the MDF, the leaf blower. Instead of using a shop vac, Bobby's just outside using a leaf blower. That's really funny. I know, like when the first time I saw him go into his house using a leaf blower, I'm like, wow, I got to bring a dust mask just for myself too. But I invested a shop vac because I don't have a backyard. I'm in my garage when I cut. Earlier, I thought you mentioned that Bobby could send us trace for any unit, but I had to walk away. Didn't hear this is true. So he's done it where he has traced a cab and just put it on paper and send it to you. So I would message him, and ask if there's a certain cab design that he already has a trace cut for. Because what he does is once he makes a template, he kind of keeps it for a future builder use. So if he just traces it on a piece of paper and mails it to you, that would be really simple to do. So I'm offering it up by saying, ask Bobby, and he'll let you know kind of what it'll take to do it if he can't post those up online. But he's done it for other folks before as well. So definitely hit him up on his YouTube channel or message him on Facebook. I'm pretty sure she will get on there. All right, I'm catching up to the comments about hearing about Mrs. Kong. So that was awesome, Kong. Way to go. You had no choice. It had to happen. This is true. I like it. It was the only way I could get some views on my Big Buck Hunter review. So, all right. Hey, Hollywood Polo's here. How was your day? You got this. Cool, cool. It's funny. My wife just walked by right now. Was asking if I'm doing an actual live stream right now. I was like, come here, come join the stream, come say hi to some fans. So hopefully we'll get her on a future live stream. John's asking about what did I think of the Outrun cab. All right, so yeah, Outrun, I've done a big review on it. Ups and downs. It was great for their first try, but so much room for improvement. it's the design for the bench is not good for a sit down. I think that's plain and simple. Most folks that would agree that as a full size adult, it's hard to be comfortable in that. So unless you're planning a chair mod or something, the stand up version is definitely going to be the best way to go. And probably even that might need some adjustments too. So I'm curious about what the stand up run is going to be, but not bad for their first try. But looks great. Outrun is iconic. So those are the biggest thoughts that I have on it. I definitely use a mask when sanding, or that dust will kill you. Yes, for seriously, MDF dust is no joke. Make sure you get your MDF good on. All right, so let's see what else we have other comments wise. Hollywood Paulo says, need your Mrs. Kong in future videos. yes, absolutely. So we'll see if we can get her back in. Bobby Broadway says, it would be funny to make an arcade with the Dune Bean Gesseret pain box just over the joystick and buttons. You're gonna have to tell me a little bit more about that. I'm not sure I'm quite following what that is. So let me know if you can send me more information about that, but definitely check that out. Cool. All right, cool. Excellent tutorial, Hulk. All right, so we're caught up on chat. Again, Bobby right now is going to be sanding the rest of that down. We're already about 40 minutes in. We're only going to be 21. So this week on my personal show, so again, I'm live modding sessions with Bobby. This will happen kind of, every once in a while when we can find time. But I on Thursdays at 5 p.m. is when I have launched. I did my series premiere of my live modding, or the next level is kind of the catchphrase of my show. So a couple upcoming guests that I have coming on this Thursday. I'm going to be revisiting an old friend that I did a previous show with, George Adana, who's like the 3D print master. And I have an amazing Star Wars control panel that I want to do some live wiring and kind of testing out the iPack Ultimate controller that I have, and just kind of walk through it. So as you watch Bobby doing his element of the woodworking, you'll be able to see me doing my live modding element of working on the control panel. So that's what I have planned on my Thursday show. Funny enough, if you guys didn't see my Outrun Easter egg live stream that I did with Justin, and I had mentioned during that live stream, I would really love to hear the story about the Outrun Easter egg from John D. And he mentioned in the comments that he said he would come on my show. And so I have future plans to bring John D on, and he said he would join when the time is right. So that was super exciting. It's one of the reasons why I decided to formally even make a show, because I didn't really have anything. I was just doing live streams ad hoc whenever I had content to create, whenever Bobby was available or I had something I wanted to talk about. So I think setting up a regular live show or something just so that I can create content was a big step for me. So hopefully it can get that off the ground and people can start tuning in and knowing what that content is about. So every week it's either highlighting another mod or a community member. And so really showing off builds. Because if you guys didn't see it, check out my premiere episode. There was an amazing Star Wars cockpit build, which was awesome. Alan is here. That was the guy. Star Wars cockpit for the win. Alan was my premiere episode guy. Check it out. He did a fantastic job with his cockpit build. It's not done yet. We're waiting for a couple of things. I'll just tell the story, Alan, really quickly. So Alan contacted me months ago for his mod, and then he wanted the LCD controller board and some other parts and things, and I was going to ship him a yoke. Once I convinced him to get the GRS yoke, we're like, all right, this is already like a 90% amazing. Using the GRS yoke would probably be the best option instead of using the standard arcade 1-up yoke. So he ordered the GRS yoke. Hopefully it's on the way. I ended up shipping him a controller board, some extra buttons and parts, an LCD VS display adapter, because he couldn't get it like in Canada, or at least it was more expensive if he ordered it. And I shipped it to him, I think, in December, late December. And and I gotta share, maybe I'll share it later, but Alan sends me a tracking receipt of it leaving Los Angeles a week later, showing up in Hong Kong. And now the latest tracking of it as of today, it's in Australia. So it's making a world tour before it gets to Alan in Canada. So I was shipping it international, and it's truly doing an international route to get to Alan. So that's super funny. But I also shipped him 3D printed bezels that George sent me so that we can get it set up. But man, that's making a world tour to get to Alan so that he can complete his Star Wars cockpit map. But that's pretty crazy. So thanks for joining, Alan. Really appreciate you here. Bobby's still standing down the MVSX side panels right now. So once he gets that going, he'll copy the other panels. I'm hoping he only has 15 minutes left. I want to see him get to building most of it if he can. I know he always feels like he can go faster than he can, especially when we're doing this live on YouTube. But we'll see how much he can get done. Once he gets done standing, I'm gonna ask him how much time we got going on. All right, so got some other folks on here. Double want to see what other comments we have. I like the video of him and wife drinking beer and playing games. That's why I wanted to say wanted to buy a cab as family fun. Yes, absolutely. All right, I'm with Alan. Can't wait to see Bobby's Star Wars cockpit. Yeah, that's true. Bobby wanted to build his own Star Wars cockpit, so we'll definitely see the flair of what To Die For can do with that. Kato is asking if I have any more lightsaber unboxing plans. I was almost about to buy the Ahsoka Tano Black Series saber because it looked pretty badass, and it comes with that Star Wars stand. So that was one that I was really I was interested in getting, but it's expensive. It's like $250. So I might get it, I might not, but I'm running out of space on my wall for lightsabers. But thanks for asking. All right, Deputy Van Halen is asking, do you expect or feel that Arcade 1-Up will change their future sit-down racing cabs going forward? I hope so. I really hope that they take the feedback from the community that nearly anybody that wants to be more comfortable is doing a chair mod. Like, if there's something they can do to drop the seat location, like, they had to leave that open area open for a reason, right? To have you sit in there and be more comfortable. Like, I think, yes, there's like the true 3/4 scale of the cab itself, but the sit down I feel like can be executed much better. So I'm really hoping that Arcade 1-Up takes some of that feedback. All right, Hollywood Polo is coughing a lot. Kong, will you do more videos of playing Pinball FX tables on your Legends Ultimate? I don't have a Legends Ultimate actually, so I do have a Legends. Oh, actually, I like because Bobby gave me the Legends Ultimate control panel, which is like the Gamer Pro, just without the screen. So I have it. I just need to hook it up and play more of it. But I don't have like a dedicated place for it. So I play FX3 on my Star Wars mods. If you haven't ever played pinball on a Star Wars yoke, it's actually really fun. The way your hands are set there with the triggers for flippers, and you move this for like the analog settings and stuff. It's actually pretty fun. So that's how I play big pinball FX. All right, Bobby looks like he's almost done with sanding down the panels. I'm gonna check chat and see what's going on. All right, so everyone needs to see Alan's Star Wars. Yes, very good. Cool, Kongs, you could have a weekly. Could you have a weekly live chat stream, please? Yeah, probably. You know, if it's not during my next level show, like I definitely have content provided. But the thing I didn't do during that show because I was having guests was having a Q&A session. All right, I'm gonna unmute you, Bobby. Hold on. All right, go ahead. I can hear you now.
Look at this, guys. I did this. I did this freehand.
Woo, look at that. That's clean. Wow, look at that line. Holy. I always look at Bobby's work when he sands stuff down. I'm like, wow, this is like really professionally done. He's not using like a super fancy sander. It's just that Roby sander. But look at that duplication on the MVSX cab. So, I mean, if you can trace, like he said, that's a really good copy. Very cool, man. Looking really good. That's awesome. Yeah, it looks good, man. What do you guys think in chat? So people are saying this is money. Who needs a CNC? Great work, Bobby. So you are the human CRC. TR Crockett says, wow, Bobby, it's so nice. Wow, 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 wow. So man, looks
now,
good.
As you can see, let me explain to you.
Yep.
I use bottom, this, no need to sand. You would do touch up for smoothness.
Yep.
Remember, I told you to trace both sides. When I sand it, I noticed this side, it has a gap. Right here. So I sand it down to straighten it up. You see how straight?
Yep. Very clean. Got a lot of comments that are saying nice work. Wow. John D. Stone says that it's sick. Adam Kyle says that it's impressive. We've got some Facebook users that say nice work and skills. Bobby showing off them live skills, man. He's the all-star of hand modding. So, I mean, guess you can probably do it more accurate with the CNC, but look at that. Like, put it next to the real one again. Like, my goodness. Like, when you lined it up, it was like almost exactly perfect. That's really good. Very good. Very clean. Very clean. So, Bobby, we're already at 45.
It is exactly identical. It is no hair apart.
Hey, we're already at 50 minutes, Bobby. How far do you want to keep going? Do you want to, like, how far can you get going in the next 10, 15 minutes so that we don't go crazy long?
Okay, for the next 10, 15 minutes, I'm not going to cut the second one. I'm not going to sand the other one because you already seen this because it's going to be the same thing.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
So next week, I left the hole. Have you guys noticed I left the hole out? Because I'm gonna tweak it a little different to make it more secure on the front, to make it more better mount and more secure for the marquee.
Very
So
nice.
I'm gonna do a mixture of arcade one up of the inside body, the guts, into the MVSX, because it's everything's as identical as arcade one up.
Nice. Very cool. Nice.
Okay.
Got a couple other comments saying that Bobby, look, you can handle your wood. Hell yeah, he can. I'm not by experience or anything. He tells me a lot of his stories. He's quite the ladies' man, if you didn't know. But look, Bobby, you the man. All right, but I have a request, Bobby.
Without the women's, man, those women's are like, there you go.
Bobby can give you life lessons and a lot of things besides handling your wood. But I mean, these are great tips and skills and tricks. But he's a workout man. He's a ladies' man. He's a man of many talents. But Arcade Guy has a request. So now that we've done this, Bobby and his leaf blower. Bobby, he says that you got to fix your.
All right, guys. Let me.
All right, go ahead.
All right, let me explain. On next week's show, I'll be me and Kong will be doing the inner guts.
The inner guts,
where you hold a mount is. So we're gonna duplicate where inside the inner guts. So the inside piece, it's gonna be like a J panel. You know what I'm talking about, the front, and then and then I will be posting a poll. What control layout? How you got like a straight Street Fighter style? You want a Japanese style, or you want 4 button and Neo-Geo style? You know, the curve.
Yeah, you got a lot of options.
So I will put 3 pull, so that way I'll know what to do on the next live show. I will do a custom control panel, and
I see what you mean.
You guys want exactly the duplicate? You guys want exactly duplicate of the control panel, or customize, make it a little wider, more roomy for palm rest?
Yeah.
That's gonna be a lot of things. So it's all up to you guys. It's all the community in the Arcade Brigade.
Yeah.
You guys pick, I do it. Okay.
This is a Control Bobby Vu's modding experience. This is pretty cool. So I mean, this is a live project where folks, again, if you're just joining this giveaway that he's doing, he's building this live, and then he's going to be able to. If you join the Arcade Brigade Facebook group, he's going to put up polls on what buttons and joystick controls you want, or what graphics are going to be on there, and you could win this giveaway. So join Arcade Brigade, check it out. So we have some other comments on here about, like, RJ was saying that it took him 2 days to cut pinball, and you just did this in a matter of minutes, which is true. If you have the skills, we got a lot of requests, Street Fighter style. Got to put some of your own Bobby Vu, graphics on it or something. You will. So, but man, customize it. Like a lot of people.
Of course. My logo will be on here automatically, okay? Because I built this.
Yeah. Customize it. Oh, there's a big question here. So thanks for Moses is just checking out a big chat here. Thanks for being awesome. Thanks for keeping the arcade lifestyle alive. Always great hype at watching your mods. I have a Centipede mod with Mortal Kombat and a Marbles mod, keeping the PC people don't have much space left and holding down for arcade pinball. So yeah, as we're all of our arcades are growing, we have to make choices now about what to put in your cab. And I did it. MVX, this Neo-Geo cab and style. I think since you're doing it, Bobby, it still needs to have like the Neo-Geo look to it. So I mean, that would be my vote to kind of keep it, and probably put some custom Bobby Vu Arcade Brigade.
You know what, guys? I was thinking the same thing, because this is a Neo-Geo style. It should be. We should keep as a Neo-Geo graphic artwork.
Yeah. Very good. Very clean. Very clean.
It's up to you guys. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. So we're gonna have a vote. So whatever is the pool.
That's right. So Kato is saying that you'd love to be
I don't want no comment, guys. I need it just a vote. No comments at all. If I see any comments, I'm gonna delete the comment.
All right. I'll leave it up to you.
You know why? Comments end up being a fight. That's usually happen.
It's healthy debate, Bobby. We're just giving people an opportunity to voice their opinions. That's what the internet is about voicing your opinions and being right or wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But just
No, it's
voicing
either
it out.
pick, either A, B, C, D. It's simple. Don't comment, just pick.
I'll leave it up to you, Bobby, to create the poll. So again, Arcade Brigade is the place to head out. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this. Wow, Arcade Art Guy put in a super chat. This is awesome. So Arcade Brigade says, thanks for this, for the screws and the clamps of the chandelier when B. This is for the screws and clamps of the chandelier when B goes to Bobby's house to fix it, dude. Arcade Guy, I so appreciate it because Bobby, I told the story of how I hit my head on your chandelier every time I go to your house. So he's saying that you gotta fix it and raise it up.
Them also, same thing. Them also here.
Arcade Guy, you're awesome, man. Thank you for joining and supporting the stream. Super appreciate that. That's really awesome.
All right, guys. I hope before we end this, I want to say something. I want to thank everybody. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys learned something today. It is very simple and effective and save a lot of money. So back in the days, I thought of myself, okay, for a piece of plywood, it's only a few dollars. And the other companies, they charge like 60 or 70% more. That is ridiculous. So I'm here for you guys, for the community. I'm here to help everybody how to save money and enjoy all your retro gaming at the same time and learn. And I want you guys, my goal is I want you guys to pass it on to the community of your experience by learning from To Die For. Pass it on to whoever doesn't know how to cut the wood. Send everybody to the link under my YouTube and Kong YouTube to learn everything with all To Die For skills, all tips and tricks. I will show every detail from now on. No secrets, no hiding.
That's right. We're gonna put ourselves out of business essentially. So Bobby's tips and tricks, and then I for folks, for me, like I do my wiring mods for Star Wars and stuff, and like I have a new tutorial about wiring up Star Wars using this little guy. And the reason I've been hesitant is it's so easy. I'm gonna put myself out of business from people wanting me to do the mod because they'll be able to do it themselves. I'm just playing. I'm gonna do a tutorial on this guy pretty soon on how to wire up your yoke if you haven't done it yet. But it's stupid easy. On doing this. So that's going to come out pretty soon. Somebody else was asking for if I'm going to do a mod kit for Outrun. I don't have plans to doing Outrun mods. Doing pedals and stuff is a lot more complicated than other mods, but that's what I have planned for. But Bobby, you made a great point that, that's one of the values that I have in connecting with you is that you're very much a community guy, and both of us have been doing a lot of this. Our channels were built to support community members. It's not really about kind of building anything else besides making good content that you guys like watching. So put in the chat, tell us again anything else that you want to see. Hopefully Bobby and I can do this a little bit more weekly.
Guys,
if we can.
Give us a thumbs up, like, share.
Yeah.
And motivate us. We will continue to do this more. Okay?
That's good.
I will help. I will be here for you guys and help each and every one of you guys as much as I can. Okay? Awesome. Free tutorial. Everything is free for me and Kong. All That's free. Right. No charge.
All right, check us out, guys. Thank you guys so much. I know there's a couple questions left, but feel free to message us, leave comments in the YouTube stream that we can get back to a little bit later on. See you guys next time, man. Bobby, take us out.
Clean like a mother, yeah. To die for, Kong or us.
See you later. Bye.